Good morning, friends. Good to see you. I am on location today in the car. I got the sunroof open. The sun is shining. We have a cold front coming in, it looks like. Some people have got their nice, happy spring winter snow yesterday and today, and tomorrow we get to be freezing. So I'm popping on today, and I entitled this video, How I Use Movies and Music in My Daily Life. I didn't bring a stand. I don't have the stand for the other car, so I'm just going to have to hold it, so I'm not going to be too shaky for you guys. Alright, how I use music and movies in my daily life. Well, let's see. There's not a day that goes by that I don't use music. It helps change our mood. It helps change our mind. It helps everything. So, for example, we're on the way to drop Ellie off at a fun STEM class today, and we jammed out to some music. Or I changed to like some super uplifting music on the way to soccer practice or on horseback riding lessons to get her all psyched up. So just think about athletes. You always see athletes with headphones on. You know, they're not listening to a podcast. They're listening to their music of choice that they know fires them up and gets them excited to go play their sport and do their best. You use music when you're feeling sad. Like there's a time when I'm thinking about, you think about a grandpa. Like I have a song tied to when my grandpa died. I have a song that I go with my dad. I haven't found what I do. Our God is an Awesome God is my mom's song. It's actually her ringtone on her phone. So every time I hear that, I have music tied to members of my family. And then on a daily basis, I seem to relate, because I'm just a silly person and I like to have fun, that everything is life lessons and little quirks and quotes from movies. So like the other day I was in Bible study and our leader said, she quoted Mulan, "A girl's worth fighting for." And I was like, yep, I resonate for that. And I was like, this is how I feel, like you're worth fighting for yourself. And then she changed the lyrics and said, a family's worth fighting for. And I was like, well, that's a good way that most people have seen Mulan, so they understand what that means. I was thinking the other day about I'm going through and I'm doing all these new things for my business that I haven't figured out yet. It's all a growing and stretching process, and if anybody knows that, when you're growing and stretching, just like when you did it physically, you have a lot of growing pains mentally and everything like that. So I was thinking of the movie Top Gun. I love Top Gun. I love Tom Cruise in Top Gun. That was way back in the 80s before he lost his mind and went nuts. But I love him in that movie. And the scene where he goes back and flying after Goose passed away, and then he needed to re-engage, and he was not ready to re-engage. I was like, that's a very good metaphor for life. Like, I've come back from burying my mom, and I've lost my second parent. I'm in uncharted territory, so I'm in the process of re-engaging. I will engage back in all of my things once I find that it's time for that. So I don't know if anybody else relates to things like that, but I love that I can go through in all the movies. I always give illustrations to Ellie. I was like, well, remember in this movie when this happened? And she's like, yes, I get it. So not everybody loves Disney movies or movies. There's the good and the bad and definitely the ugly in it, but there are little pieces that you can pick out of them and do a great job of proving a point. Like, they have a great nuggets. There's lots of little nuggets in there. I'm trying to think of some more nuggets that I always do. Like, literally, I go by and, look at Dory. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Raise your hand if you sung that on, any time in your life when you're just doing something. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. If you're doing something hard, we quote to that, just keep swimming, you know. Another line from Top Gun, I feel the need for speed. They're all just great little things, like little snippets to get us through life in life is it's crazy, wonderful, curious, good and bad right now. So just some things that you do, like know that you can change your mind and your mood with some music, quote some movies with your kids, or cartoons on TV. What we're doing lately, I have been me and Ellie, instead of doing our normal bedtime routine, we've been watching one episode of the Golden Girls. So I introduced her to the Golden Girls, and then we get to figure out which Golden Girl we are. By the way, I'm a lot of Dorothy with a splash of Sophia. So I actually got on whatever channel that is. I think it's the Hallmark channel. That I just hit record all of them, and I think they started recording them, and we actually got to watch the very first episode, and Ellie watched the very last episode. So it's interesting to see their process that they went through too, because I even forgot that Sophia didn't live with them at the beginning. She came to him after she had a stroke, and that's what made her speak her mind. She has no filter because she had a stroke, and I love that. I was like, that's why it's so fun to see all the characters. One speaks her mind, one is bossy, one is worried about her looks, and one is just completely aloof to the world. And you know what? At any given time, you have to pull out your Dorothy, or pull out your Sophia, or pull out your Rose or your Blanche and use them. So I think it's fun. I think it's fun that all of these things were fictitious characters, but we can use them in our real life as examples of how it could be in different situations. So I am going to hop off, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.